record. Anything else you want to add, Kels, before we jump in?
No, I think that's good. We'll, Dave and I are going to stay out of your breakout rooms, but we'll be here. So when you are in there, if you have something and you can click the request help, we can jump in and join you. Okay.
Once the video's over, I'll give you the breakout room control.
Cool.
Wait, just before it starts, Dave, we are done at 1 today, right?
Yeah.
Was that earlier? Okay, I just want to make sure. Cool.
Oh, shoot. 1 sec, guys. There we
go. Where you are with what you have and never be satisfied.
Anticipation is the ultimate advantage in business and in life.
Like, you're not 100% sure what can happen if you keep going.
You can do it. Tomorrow is going to be better.
What do you tell people when they ask you, how can I present like you? How can I get better?
The thing that really, really helps is I've learned about the perspective to change my perspective. So for example, I show up to give, and I always remind people that the most important thing about being an effective presenter, an effective speaker, is you have to show up with a giving attitude. You have to show up to give. You know something, you've seen something, you've done something, you've tried something that someone else thinks others need to hear. That's why they invited you to speak. The problem is the number of people who show up to take, to get. And you can see it, it's very plain to see. People ask a question and they say, you'll have to buy my book. Or you could just tell me the answer because you know the answer because you wrote the book, right? But clearly they're trying to drive book sales. It's a taking mentality. Every single slide of their PowerPoint has their Instagram, their email, their website, their Facebook. Well, clearly they want you to follow them. They want you to reach out. The last slide is their website and their email, right? They have a taking mentality. They come up and the first thing they do is tell you their credentials. Hi, my name is, Dr. Blah blah. I have 6 PhDs. I've worked for 55 companies. I advise CEOs and generals. And let me tell you a little something. It's about them. It's very easy and very quick to discern who's the giver and who's the taker. The best speakers, 100% of them, you look at all the top TED folks, Sir Ken Robinson, Amy Cuddy, Brene Brown, right? Dan Pink, all of them. All of them are there to give. None of them want anything from anybody, not even your approval. I don't know any great speaker that stands in the backstage that goes, I'm gonna get a standing ovation. You may get one if you earn it, if they decide that what you have given them is of value. But that's not the reason you show up. You show up to give.
How many of you guys experience fear when you speak? How many of you, by a show of hands, know that public speaking is fundamental to your industry, your career? By show of hands. How many of you, by a show of hands, honestly speaking, experience a little bit of fear when we talk about public speaking? Raise your hand. And over the last 3 years, I've had the opportunity to travel the country and deliver presentations like this. And what I've picked up on is that there are certain patterns. There are certain patterns and certain skill sets that, if applied, can make a public speech amazing. If you follow these principles that we're going to talk about today, I don't care what industry you're part of, I don't care what work you're in, I don't care what year you are, I don't care how old you are. I believe if you apply these principles today, you can literally transform where you are and take the journey to where you want to be. Straightforward. I believe there's 3 principles, 3 A's of public speaking, 3 things that I wanted to leave you with today. And I believe if you take action on it, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm glad I came. So number 1, authenticity engages. November 2017, I was afforded the opportunity to give my first TEDx talk. And man, can I tell you, I was excited. You got to imagine a young professional starting out, ready, 26 years old. And I want to make this very clear. So I'm thinking to myself, and what I used to do is when I prepare, I would give a talk at least 100 times before I give it. Write that down. I give it mentally, I give it out, I talk to people conversationally, in the shower. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna do this, right? And I think to myself, PowerPoint or no PowerPoint? That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, if I give this presentation, should I use the PowerPoint behind me? Should I just use me? Or should I use the PowerPoint? So I'm researching and I'm watching. I've watched more TED Talks than you could possibly imagine. And I'm like, okay, they do this, they do that. Okay, I've seen good ones with the PowerPoint. I've seen good ones without. And what I noticed is I said, you know what? I'm gonna ask my closest friends and family. I'm gonna take a poll. 12 people that I love, that know me well. I said, sister, should I use a PowerPoint? She goes, yeah, something to back you up, use a PowerPoint. I go, Mom, should I use a PowerPoint? She says, no PowerPoint, use you. I say, bro, should I use a PowerPoint? He goes, yeah, you need the stats to back up what you've done. I said, cool. I go through the entire list, 6-6. I put the list down and I go, what was I thinking with an even number? I'm getting ready for the biggest speech of my professional life, right? And professionals, people that I love are telling me no PowerPoint, PowerPoint, and it's 6-6. And I'm like, how am I gonna break this tie? And I'm like, wait, I didn't ask one person. I didn't ask myself. I did not ask myself what I would be most comfortable with to present. When we talk about public speaking and why I say authenticity engages, listen to me here. You have to know yourself before you go and seek advice. You have to speak from the gut before you go and ask. Because when you're talking to an audience can feel realness. And you have to be yourself. If you can't be yourself, you will never engage in the way in which you want to. That I have to listen to me first in order to really deliver a message that informs and inspires. Number 2, awareness. Awareness connects the speaker to the audience, and this is what I mean. And so one of the speaking events.
No way.
It's true. You can buy lottery tickets online.
Events comes about, and I get the opportunity to speak in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And before the event, you want to be early, you want to be ready, know your audience, know your crowd. I hear like all this partying type thing going on. I'm like, what's going on? And I go down, and they have an open bar. And they had the open bar for hours. They were lit, guys. They were lit, right? And so listen, I go to the event. In my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be a professional, motivational, this is what you need to do. And I walk into a party. And so as a speaker, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, like I was prepared to do one thing. I flew all the way here, and there's literally a party in the audience. Like the wave, the energy is like, hey, I hope this guy's cool. I hope he's gonna, have a joke. And I'm like, that's not the content that I delivered. So I get up, they call me up, and I walk up just like this. And they're as quiet as you guys are. They're literally staring at me like, what's this guy about, right? And at that moment, I decided right before I got up, I said, you know what? I'm gonna tell a story. And I said, before I begin, I just wanna let you guys know I'm coming from Sacramento, and I hopped on the plane and I met an individual, and we're chatting it up. And he thought I was going to give a presentation in Colorado. And I told him, no, I'm actually giving a presentation in Sioux Falls. And the look on his face was blank. And he said, excuse me, where? And I said, Sioux Falls. And he said these 3 words, and I'll never forget it. He said, are you sure? And I said that, and there was a man sitting right where you're sitting, and he literally laughed like he was at a Kevin Hart special. He lost, I'm talking chair went back. He's laughing so hard, it's about a crowd of 200, that everybody, you guys ever caught this when somebody laughs so hard that you have to laugh? The whole crowd literally just starts busting laughing. And I start laughing from the stage. I'm like, man, if this is how it's gonna be, let's have a good time. And at that moment, I realized something, because the old me would have been so stuck on the preparation part that I would have never had the audacity, I would have never had the awareness. Situational awareness is what I mean. When you speak or present, sometimes things will not go as planned. And there's no way to plan for it. And what you have to do is be fluid and malleable and ready to rock with the situation. And if you have situational awareness, what often can happen is you can play on what is happening. I said, open bar, alcohol, social event, I'm coming with motivation. If I switch it just like this and tell a joke and let them know I'm not all serious up here, the audience will be on my side. Number 3, audacity. Audacity informs and inspires. You have to be bold in order to give a speech that's going to last. How many of you guys experience fear when you speak? Fear of an opinion of other, fear of being criticized, fear of not being good enough, fear of tripping up on a word, fear of what you look like. We know that fear drives most of us. And I'm here to tell you that audacity is what you need. Boldness is what you need. If you want to deliver something and absolutely be transformative, I'm passionate about this. I believe this because I live this. I'm telling you, you have to be bold. You can't half-step into your presentation. You have to be bold. You cannot half-step into your presentation. And one of the ways in which we do that is we deliver a story. Story includes power. Stories are powerful. They're the most powerful thing that you can do when you open your mouth, because the brain operates in pictures, and a story has the ability to paint the picture in the mind of another individual. They did a study about TED Talks, and the top TED Talks, I'm talking the million hits, the top TED Talks, 85% of them were story-centric. Stories can be crossed over to any industry at any time. Whether you're telling your personal story, whether it's Martin Luther King delivering a speech, whether it's a president of a country, a story is the thing that has time sit and lets you go like this. Story is powerful, right? Never tell a story without making a point, but never make a point without telling a story. Like, use the story to drive home what you're trying to do. It crosses every industry, anything that you want to do, a story will get you there.
Okay. Oh, that was a little bit inspirational. Give you guys some context, things to think about for when you're, you're in front of your next customer, you're in front of that next pitch meeting, you're in front of just anybody in general. There's a lot of power there. So I'll make sure to post that video if you want to review it again. But,
yeah, Dave, I've actually seen that guy's videos before. He's actually really inspirational.
He is really cool. Kels, here, I'll quickly add you in. Oh, go for it. Okay, so you guys are going to head into your breakout rooms. How long are we giving them?
What do you guys think? You have to write a 1 to 2 minute pitch. Does anyone have a timeline of what they're thinking? I was thinking 30 minutes. Is that too short, too long? I can give you right into 1, so I can give you 40 minutes. And then if you have to go, you can just pre-record it and let us know. And
I think that's a good time, actually.
Yeah, 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have to leave right at 1.
Are we just writing it or recording it today too? Like, what's going on?
Well, you're going to deliver it to Dave and I. So if you have to go, then you can just record it and we can just watch it.
And
so the Pitcherific lets you record it, like right on that platform that we sent you.
And then how do we send it in?
You should just be able to share the link with us.
Okay, cool.
Or you can just, Jared, if that doesn't work, you can literally just do self-talk to your cell phone.
Yeah. We'll see how
sorry. The elevator pitch only allowed us to up to 1 minute.
Yep, there's different versions of the elevator pitch.
Okay.
So it's up to you to choose the format you like, but I'd like to see either a 1 or 2 minutes. So you'll notice if you pick the main elevator pitch template, yeah, it only goes up to 1 minute. But if you go into the investor pitching tab, you can do 1 minute, but then, so the 1 minute investor elevator, and then you have investor meeting, which you can customize that up to 10 minutes. So it depends on how long you want to go, but we'd like to see a 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'm putting you guys in pairs into a room, so you can literally not talk to each other and just work on it. It's just so that you have another person there to bounce ideas off of if you need, and an accountability partner just to be working on. I think I put you all in different rooms than you were in this morning.
Yeah, my personal recommendation for everybody is to use the investor pitch or meeting pitch template. Because I think for the context of our demo day, that one allows you to give the most information to the audience. So you get a really, really good understanding of what your business is. But then again, we don't want to put you all in boxes because you have to have your own style too. So that's just my recommendation.
Sorry, you said the investor one?
Yeah, now just because it says investor meeting pitch doesn't mean that, you know, you're actually pitching to investors. You change however the ask or the context is. I just like that template. So, but.
And you can, Kelly, once you get into it, as you're playing around, you can click the drop down of like the to whom, for what. So that template just asks the questions that are most similar to what we're going to want to see from you on the 20th of August. So yeah, it's about a month away. So today's a good day to really be leaning into it and really getting some practice and seeing what you like. I'm going to set our rooms so that they'll close at 1. So if you can't join us at 1, then send us your pitch through the Mighty Networks platform. And if you can stick around to stay with us, that would be great. We'll be in the main room, so holler if you need us, okay?
Good luck, everybody.
Any other questions before you go?
No, thank you.
All right, you're all pitcherific. Go to your rooms.
Oh.
I also love Omar's puppy.
Oh, thank you so
really
much.
Sweet. And Chris, I love your Bernese. I used to have a Bernese.
Oh, really? Thank you so much. I'm glad to hear
that.
Hello,
Here's the puppy.
They're the best dogs.
See, I am paying attention. I'm packed through the day, so in nighttime I creep and watch the videos.
I was telling my husband about how Omar, you got a puppy, and Chris, you were showing us your dog, and Charlene, how your dog's on your lap, and David and my dogs walk in and out, and he was like, is anyone in your program a cat person? And I was like, well, if they are, they certainly have not been brave enough to share it. We're often talking about dogs constantly.
You know, I think a definite,
our cat people, we want you to know that we see you and we hear you, and you are allowed to express your love of cats as well.
Yeah, I think a definite requirement for next year's incubator is that everyone has to have a dog.
We'll add that to the questions that Dave and I ask when we.
Yeah, just add it to the list.
Yeah. So we're keeping you a little over time today, so we'll jump right in. How was that exercise? Did Pitcherific work? Did you all get a chance to write out a script and you're ready to give your first pitch?
Yeah, like personally, Kristen and I, I think we really benefited from it because we got each other's input and we really understood each of our solutions.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Tyler, you look like you're unmuted. Do you want to say something?
Nope, I was just probably unmuted from being launched into this room, but I had a great time. It was very, very productive on my end and on my partner's end, and yeah, I'm not too sure if you want me to fire off what I have. I'm probably good to go if you'd like someone to go today.
I will call on you first, but I just want to get a little bit more feedback first. So cue yourself up. You can go first. Did anyone have any tech issues? Did it work out all right for everyone? All good. I'm not seeing anybody weeping in terror, so that's a good sign. Oh, Max, yeah, go ahead.
I'm not finished yet. I'm just gonna turn off my camera real quick and try and finish. So.
Sure, Max, you get to go last.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Tintin.
I'm not finished either, so I'm just.
Tintin, you can go second last.
And just so you know, I think Jared was trying to record his pitch and he had to like sign off.
Yes, we knew he was going to do that. So we'll just watch his after hours sometimes when we.
He already sent it to us, Kelsey.
Oh, perfect.
I have it on my email, so we're good there.
We will watch that one after. Okay, so I'm just gonna call on you again. Everybody knows that this is your first try, so let us have it. And I'll call on just kind of we won't do a roulette. I'll just call on open comments after each person pitches. Say that 10 times fast. So that
if I save it or anything, I press the save button and it's gone. Is there any way I can see where I put it?
On that side tab, you should be able to see a thing that says My Pitches.
Yep.
On the left-hand side, kind of near the top half. Find it? Okay.
Found it.
Okay.
We're going to start with Tyler. So if everybody can stay on mute while Tyler is pitching, that would be appreciated. And then unmute yourself if you want to do comments when he's done. Tyler, when you are done, just let us know that you're done, okay?
Sounds good, guys. And I'll first start off with, I spent a few time trying to figure out pick the template, and I just picked the one that says, whatever, I'm just going to go with it, so here it is. How would you like to be a part of history? Well, today you have that opportunity. I'm asking for $50,000 towards opening up Ontario's first Indigenous-owned and operated artifact museum. In order to achieve this goal, we will be offering outdoor events such as weddings at an affordable price point. So with that being said, did you know in 2019, 5.8 million individuals got married in Ontario alone? So I feel I'm gaining enough traction as I currently have a doctor with her PhD in the anthropology field of study who is on board to help curate those artifacts once returned to the community. If any of these goals or milestones interest you, I'm happy to reach out to you within 48 hours if you're willing to share your contact information. I'd greatly appreciate your time today, and I look forward to your response. Tyler French, Celebration, Event Facility Museum, Chimigwech. So,
awesome.
Thanks, Tyler.
There you go. Yeah.
Great work. Can anyone offer some comments?
I personally think that it was super engaging. I like how you went over current problems and how you planned on facing them. It really intrigued me on how you were personally going to offer a solution. And that's what I like to hear in a pitch, because everybody can offer a solution by saying, "Oh, I just need money to fix this thing." But when you personally offer a solution, it makes me more confident about investing in your company.
Awesome. Thanks for the feedback.
Thanks, Omar.
Anytime, my friend.
Omar, are you comfortable going next?
Yeah, 100%. I've got it written down on my iPad, so I don't know if I can turn on my camera and read it at the same time. But, I'll turn it on and I'll just switch tabs if you. So, can you still see me?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I'll just read it. All right. So this is my elevator pitch. So I'll just start right now. So, what if I told you that I could help you save time and the environment using one app? There are over 87 billion packages delivered each year, with the average delivery driver delivering over 200 packages a day. That's a lot of work for one person. Fast Track is an app designed to be a delivery driver's best friend. We understand the daily struggles for delivery drivers, and that's why we created a personalized and optimized navigational system to help maintain and reroute your deliveries while avoiding traffic. How is it going to help me save time, you might ask? We've actually added a built-in package scanner to save the stress of having to cipher through all of your packages, saving up to 30% of your day and help reduce your daily fuel emission. Fast Track was made with one goal in mind: to simplify your day and free up more time to do the things you love. So why not let Fast Track do all the hard work for you?
Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, no problem.
Good job, Omar.
Thank you so much.
I had a quick question, Omar.
Yeah, for sure.
Who are you pitching in this rendition?
Well, this is more of like an elevator pitch, so I'm just trying to more build a story and actually like inform people like how we could save them the time.
So then if it's a general elevator pitch, you want to frame it in a way that like have me asking like what's next? Like, so what would be the point that you're trying to really drive home so that I inquire more? So if you're not going to have an ask for something, like whether it's money or a contact or something like that, then you want to leave me with something to inquire where I would ask you something.
Yeah, so actually I was going to get your guys' opinion on that because I was wondering if I should include an ask in the elevator pitch, or does that go into one of the other pitches?
All pitches should have an ask in them of some kind, even if it's just a, can I follow up with you again?
Yeah, for sure. Awesome.
What I like to say in that pitch video, if you guys watched it from last night, one thing I say repeatedly in it is that a pitch without an ask is just a story. And stories,
Okay.
are stories, but they're not pitches. So everyone should be asking for something.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. Anybody else? Nope.
Awesome. Great work, Omar. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Kelly, are you ready? Kelly,
Sorry,
you are muted.
sorry. I think I'm ready. I just like filled out the like question. Like I thought we had to like kind of like read what the question was and then fill out the answers instead of just making like a whole pitch thing. So I like but I'll try and like sum it up, I guess.
Did you use the Pitcherific software and fill in the boxes?
Yeah, that's what I did. I thought that's what we had to do, and then
Yeah, if you do that and then click the practice button, it will bring up your full.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Okay, now I can read it. So my company produces fine art pieces for the home decor market to produce a well-designed product that makes art accessible. There's like a guy smiling. Okay, that's really distracting. Our market is niche for someone who wants to invest in their space in a meaningful way. And we're finding that, okay, I'm sorry, this guy is too distracting for me. I can't.
You can turn him off in the top.
Okay, can I turn him off?
You can click no audience, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
As well, if you change it to buddies.
Hide
If
script.
you change it to buddies, you can have two dogs watching you.
Oh, I see. No audience. Okay, this is much better. Okay. My company produces fine art pieces for the home decor market to produce a well-designed product that makes art accessible. Our market is niche for someone who wants to invest in their space in a meaningful way, but it is growing as more and more people want to back away from mass-produced objects. So after debuting my work at New York Design Week and Toronto Design Week, I won an award, was invited to participate in Milan Design Week, and nominated for a 20 Under 40 award. This all happened in the span of a year and a half. My work sells out faster than I can create it. My largest competitors are fellow artists or designers turned ceramicists who combine elements of the design world into their pieces. They're actually very beneficial to me because they help create awareness and a demand for our unique products. However, some are not willing to take as many design risks as I am, and their work ends up looking like everyone else's on the market. I make money from the sale of my products. I have large and small pieces that range from $15 to $500. So there are various ways to access my products. And in order for our business to grow in the direction it is leading, I will need $15,000 with your investment. You will help kickstart the career of a young designer. In return, you'll receive 10% of the profits made by Studio KBR, and you'll expect to receive 20% of the investment back in 6 months. And that's it.
That's really great.
But I thought it was really bad, but okay.
No, the context and like the meat of it was great, and that like for just being the first time you've read it, like it's okay about the delivery, but that was really good. You nailed some awesome points in there.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Would you guys mind if I gave her some feedback?
I love feedback.
One thing, Kelly, that I really liked is that even though, like, as an investor, if I've never heard of you, I really like how you included that you were featured in like multiple things, so that other people actually like like your work. And one other thing that I really liked is that you actually had a plan already set for how I was going to get my return, which kept me super interested.
Thank you.
And one other piece. So as you were speaking, Kelly, I Googled you to have a look at the art pieces that you've created, and because you were intriguing me. So I think that was really well done.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Kelly. Chris, can you go next?
Sure, I'm ready. I got my, it reminds me of like a teleprompter. Okay, here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Hello, I'm the founder of Bernice, and my company creates wearable products and apparel for dogs in unique styles and prints as an alternative to the mainstream. I've always been an animal lover, so I wanted to create a business for myself that also creates change in the world. The pet industry is worth $190 billion worldwide, which is projected to be $269 billion by 2025. And we're looking to become a large company in North America and internationally with an online and in-person presence. Our company is going to launch in 2 weeks with our first products, which are dog collars. And we have a plan to sell online on Etsy and our own Shopify website with a strong marketing plan with online advertising to find new customers and build relationships. The difference our company wants to make is help animals by donating 5% of our profits towards organizations that help animals and participating in other fundraising activities. Our main issues that we want to fight towards are animal cruelty and families that cannot afford vet bills when they need them the most for their animals. We're going to make money through selling our products online and in stores through our own retail channels and wholesaling. Our team consists of the founder and also mentors from organizations around London that help new entrepreneurs in their ventures. We're asking for $20,000 to hire a team of freelancers for product development, design, and production to come up with modern new takes on dog products for our company.
That was really great.
Thank you.
Great job, Chris. Really great job.
Thank you.
Any comments for Chris?
Yeah, Chris, one thing that I would definitely do if I were you is because your product is like so targeted to like animal lovers, I definitely think you should talk to like influencers, you know?
Okay.
That'd be really, really cool. Then you get your product out there a lot more. And one thing that I really liked about your pitch is how you actually plan on helping, not only like helping animals look better, like actually helping them by donating 5% of your profits, which a lot of people do care about because, you know, it's cool to make money and all, but if you're not actually helping what you're supporting, then it's just another company. So one thing that I really liked is how you included the 5% profits.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, and I was trying to be like more specific, like in my pitch about what I want to do. And I feel like it's personal to me because I have had sick animals, and you know the vet bills are like outrageous for people. And if you can't afford it, then it's kind of like, you know, you're in a situation where your dog needs surgery, and it's just like it's a very sad situation for people. So I think that's really, I want to help towards that, and definitely animal cruelty. So I'm trying to be more specific with that. So thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Awesome.
Great work, Chris.
Thank you.
May I offer one comment?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
So I think you want to probably play with the word animal a bit. I was counting, and I think you said animal 7 times in the last minute of your pitch. So mix it up. You know, remember when we were talking to Kristen about what you call your fans? Are they soul warriors, or what kind of, maybe play around with that as well? Are they pets sometimes and animals sometimes?
Okay. Yeah, I know in the value proposition I was using furry friend that Kelly said, and I think that's nice. But I keep like, yeah, I guess I'm not used to using like words like that. It's like very like straight up. So I'll definitely work on that and try to find some different ways to say it.
And Chris, one thing I definitely see in the future is people walking by their dogs and saying, "Oh, is that a Bernese? Like that's so cool. Like, are you wearing Bernese?"
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
One thing I was thinking too, Chris, is your speed. I know this is your first time practicing it. But don't be afraid to take your time. You have a couple minutes here, so use it all up. You know, there's a lot of power in pausing.
Yeah.
And letting things land. So, and the more you practice and as you memorize things and get to know the words you're saying, that'll come a bit more natural. That goes for everybody. You know, make sure it's not a race. We're not talking about a pitch competition here where you got to stay within the time. This is, you know, you don't have to blurt it all out at once. I did have one thing I want to add. I thought in my head while you were pitching, I was like, oh, it would be hilarious because we're doing it in a digital format. If you had a dog do the pitch. And I don't know if you ever heard of My Talking Pet. Like, you ever used that app before?
Yeah.
I put it in the chat, but I know one of my girlfriend's friends uses it for her dog, and it's really funny because you can actually make it look like it's actually talking, like you would see in kids movie or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, something goofy. You know, it doesn't have to be for investor pitching or something, but maybe something for fun on your website. I don't know.
Could you imagine? I tell the investor just an FYI, it's not going to be me at the meeting. It's going to be my dog.
You're making like a commercial video.
But it'd be so cute for like TikTok, you know, like TikTok, Instagram, like yeah.
Exactly. And you could say, you know, maybe for that side of your business that's about helping animals, you know, it could be the animal telling its story or something, you know, it could be something.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's awesome. I think Christine was going to say something. I think I heard.
I was thinking like you can integrate like a little short clip of like advertisement or a commercial video with the dog talking about, oh my goodness, look at me, I have a collar from Burmese. You know, just like the room, right? Everybody's will laugh and smile when you pet.
Link it to Tyler's wedding venue, and the dog can be dressed to go to the wedding at Celebration.
Yes, that'll be so good. Collaboration for sure. We can do it.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
Christine, can you go next for me?
Okay, I didn't finish it all, but I'll see if I can wing the rest of it and see what happened. Let's see if I move this screen over so I can kind of like pretty much talking to you guys. Let's see what happened. Ready? I'm ready. Hello, my name is Christine Chung, the founder of Collier Health Life Coach Service. Happy to be here today to tell you how my company can help people who want to get unstuck from their current situation. First, let me share a little story about myself. You might think growing up in a dysfunctional family and later married to an abusive partner is very unfortunate. Let me tell you, it's not true. They are the force to make me a stronger person, and I'm stronger. Believe me, you can turn things around no matter what life challenges you're facing in. And I want to share what had helped me with women who are going through life challenges to get back on their feet and create a positive outlook on their future. There are close to 44% of female millennials feeling stressed all or most of the time. The current global situation adds extra pressure to these young people, putting them in a position of making difficult decisions, whether it is about their education or career choices. Some may be experiencing transitioning between work and school. What my company wants to do is to, hang on a second, something popped up. What my company wants to do is to reach out to where these young people are and help them succeed. I have already made some connection with 5 different organizations, and I just stopped here, but I can wing the rest and see if you can give me feedback on it, such as YLU, some churches, a few names of churches, and I can tap into them and help those already in their programs to build a better future. And I would look forward to a second meeting to present a little bit more details for you. Thank you very much. Done.
Christine.
Woo.
Feedback?
Nerve-wracking.
I really liked it. I really liked it. I liked how personal you got. It brought a little tear to my eye. It's totally relatable. You could help a lot of people, I think, just with talking about what you've been through. So yeah, great job.
Thank you. Anything else?
I like that you're talking about your target market, you know, like you're talking how like millennials are stressed out right now and like this percent, and you're talking about like numbers as well. So you really understand like who's going through things right now. So I think that's interesting.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, I loved the personal touch. I think if, you know, just like we watched in that video earlier today, you know, if you can tell a story, you know, obviously it's up to you how detailed you go, but having that element, that personal touch, I think really it helps people to see themselves in you, you know, if that's your audience. So great. That's a great way to kind of,
Thank you.
To front load the presentation.
Great work, Christine. I also love how you mixed a lot of emotion with a lot of fact. And I think that's a hard balance to strike, but you did it very well.
Thank you so much. Shaking.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. What were you saying? Oh, you did very well.
No, it gets better. Thank you, guys.
I really liked it.
Kristen.
All right. I don't really like the way mine went. It took a different tool for once. I didn't use quite as much as emotion as usual, but we'll see how this goes. Okay. So this is just a pitch for a customer, or to get a lead. The American Heart Association states that by the end of 2020, more than 60% of the population will be overweight, with more than half of them suffering from diabetes or pre-diabetic conditions. To increase heart health by only 20%, adults need to improve behaviors such as physical activity and diet starting yesterday. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, 34% of gym goers have already or plan to cancel their gym membership even once the pandemic is over. Because of this drastic change of lifestyle, it is estimated that 1 in every 5 people will develop some sort of mental health condition such as depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. I intend on solving this downward spiral of health problems by connecting people with nature, enabling them to work out in a fun, safe environment. Soul Runners will focus on building approachable fitness programs that are inclusive to all fitness levels. The programs will be catered towards each individual and their goals, so they develop the confidence they need to move towards a healthier lifestyle. When you run with Soul, you become part of a community that will inspire you to look good, feel great, and be better. We promise that no runner will be left behind. Would you like to run with a little bit of soul? That's it.
That's great.
Awesome, Kristen. Can I get some feedback for her?
Really
one
put
thing.
the fear of God in me in that. I'm terrified.
It's terrifying. It's really scary.
I think
You're
it
like
was
scaring me into investing.
I think it was a bit serious. Like to start, it was like a bit serious. Like I think it could be like a little bit more about like the fun part of it and how like you're gonna get me out there and like in nature and like, you know, having a good time with like other runners and all these kind of things. Because I felt like I guess it was like the percentage and the COVID thing. I was just like, oh, this is, you know, it's just a little serious.
Yeah, I agree. I just was filling out the thing and I was like, start with a statistic. And I was like, ooh, okay. And then I just went with it. So yeah, I will probably change it so it's less serious.
I think there's a place for that though, Kristen. I think, you know, in your marketing, you know, negative scare tactics do work in different contexts for certain target audience. So I think it just like Brian talked about today, just know your audience. So I think that's a great pitch to keep in your arsenal for the right context.
Okay, cool.
Because it's true, and that, you know, that may spark some people to say, oh wow, like this is a big thing that's concerning. So maybe that's like a way to approach an organization that you want to partner with, you know, that's going to help you reach out to more people, but maybe not so customer focused, right? So you don't want to scare them away, or, you know, so, but you never know. So
at the same time,
sorry,
oh no, go ahead.
I think I agree with the other comment about a little bit too serious. If you look, I'm just thinking from the customer's perspective that met you and say, Kristen, what do you do? Then I don't think I need to know about the mental health or whatever. Right? I just want to know, hey, I can join you. I don't have any background. I don't like to run, but I think about running, or I just cancel my membership because, you know, reason, right? And I probably won't go back for a while. Hey, now there's an opportunity. What would you offer? I can run different levels. I can be a community. All those like key things. I think I will like got me hooked by those things too. Like I can get out. Like I don't have anyone anymore because of COVID, but I can still belong to a community. I think that's the key thing that got me in.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. At the same time, I think those comments are being said because it's our first time reading it, and I think it sounds a little more scripted than practiced, right? So I definitely think with a little bit more like enthusiasm, it'll come across great. And one thing that I really, really loved is that you're not just focused on past problems, you're actually addressing current problems and how you're planning on solving them.
Awesome. Thanks for the advice, guys.
I have
really
one more
want to join you.
I guess like
one more comment because we still got 3 more pitches to do and we're supposed to be done in 2 minutes.
Okay. So we have like this, you know, the statistic thing. You could add like, 5% of our clients have lost this much weight. Maybe you could have like positive statistics as well.
Okay, that's a great idea, actually. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, Kristen, just like the video said, remember to ask yourself your opinion because that is the opinion that matters most as well. Charlene, you're up next.
Okay, I wrote mine out, and so I didn't put it in the app. I was going to enter it in the app, and then it was time to come back in. So I feel like it's kind of all over the place, to be honest. So I'm just gonna read it, and then if I mess up, whatever. Okay. Okay. So, do you want unstoppable confidence? When you go to the grocery store and you see all those celebrities in the magazines, is there a tad bit of wanting their money and fame and lifestyle? What if I were to tell you that Model Mom can help make your dreams come true? Our program provides the tools, guidance, and the mentorship you need to give you the backbone to fearlessly enter the entertainment industry. We are not a boring school who just teaches how to walk on the runway and model moves. So then we give you the model confidence you need to conquer life on and off screen. Let's get real for a second. This is the hardest industry in the world. You are picked apart by complete strangers saying, you're not tall enough, you're not thin enough, you're too fat, your face is too round. Guess what? You're perfect. There is a place for you. Right now, we are building our community. We ask that you join our networking community to ensure profitable success. I cut out a whole part just because I don't have it totally together. And it's about, do you want me to just read that? It's just about the 27 years of experience of gracing magazine covers, acting in movies, music videos, and commercials, plus the advice from top agency and industry professionals. So that sticks in a little part. Sorry.
Would you mind if I give Charlene a little bit of feedback? So one thing I would definitely recommend including is the 27 years of experience, because it shows me that like you've dedicated your life to this and you've lived through the experience, and that kind of makes me feel like you have an actual plan on how to build confidence in the people that you work with.
Yeah, it's right here. It's supposed to go in it. I need to read it again.
Great job.
It's written out a bit more clearly.
Great job, Charlene. I think all the pieces are there. You just got to find the flow that works. I definitely agree with Omar. You don't want to exclude that. I think about 2/3 of the way in, you started talking about it's the hardest industry. You put Darlene, do you have to go? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, I have another meeting and they're waiting for me. Sorry, I was like so enthralled with everything that you guys are doing. It's
no problem.
I'll catch you when the video goes up. I'll watch the rest of the pitches. Well done, everybody.
Thank
nice
you.
seeing you today, Darlene.
Thanks for joining us, Darlene. I was just saying, about 2/3 of the way in, you started mentioning how hard the industry is. You talked about some of the things that can happen and what makes it difficult. I think maybe that in the beginning, like about things you're going to experience. That might be a good format. And then you talk about, then introduce yourself, like, so why you're, all this knowledge you've gained and things like that. Then you could talk about the solution, which is the program you developed and things like that. I don't know. I think you have a bunch of different ways you kind of, I would try mixing it around until you find the formula that you really like.
Okay. Fun. Chris, can you message Charlene privately on the platform after?
Okay. So.
I'm just trying to be cognizant of our time. We're a little bit over. And for all of you, actually, that if you have thoughts on each other's feedbacks, please use the platform to talk to each other as well. Jintin, you're up.
Right. So this speech is for an investor. I guess like 2-minute pitch that I chose, like template. All right. So let's start now. Right. Would you like to impress your guest at the dining table with natural and rustic tableware? I have got the solution for you. Our eco-friendly, sustainable, and stylish dinnerware products are made out of naturally fallen palm leaves and are 100% biodegradable and backyard compostable. Our mission is to solve the climate change problem by replacing disposable plastic and paper tableware products with sustainable dinnerware. Canadian food service is a $90 billion industry, and over $200 million are spent on disposable tableware every year. As people are becoming more conscious about the importance of saving an environment and would like to do their part, we have been seeing a lot of website visits and inquiries from food service professionals. Also, we're seeing the increase in the return customer rate. Our product quality and our story behind it is the biggest advantage compared to other competitors, because our products are 100% natural and no trees are harvested in the process of making it. We make money by selling through our e-commerce platform and through partnership with the local food businesses. Currently, my team is just myself and have been working full-time. I'm here seeking for $100,000 to add a new team member to the team to cover the western region of Canada and have a warehouse facility over there. I think that you can bring a lot to the table with your food service connections, and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Awesome work, Chintan.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Very nice, Chintan.
Thanks. Sorry, maybe I went too fast, I feel like, at some point, but.
I think that's okay. Remember, it's your first time.
I don't think so, because although the speed may be not ideal, but you have little space in between those keywords. So, well, for me, I was able to pick up on those key things like the number and the reason. So I think that's how we read, right? Pick out those key things that we wanted to hear. So I think you did a good job. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Awesome. Good work, Chintan.
Thank you.
Maxwell.
Okay, so like I just finished, so my apologies if it's like super choppy. So like I had a different take. Like I was picturing myself like meeting like the Roots or like Polo Ralph Lauren in like an elevator or something like that, and like pitching selling their brand, but like used clothing on their website. So like taking clothes that have already been purchased, like used clothing, but vintage. So it's a lot more interesting, and then selling that on their website. So that's kind of like the take I have for the pitch. It's like kind of like pitching an idea to them. And like, yeah, like Roots has like an archive already. So they already have like a ton of like vintage stuff. Like most brands will have like an archive of like their older pieces. So I'm just gonna start. 3, 2, 1. Clothing is the world's second largest polluter after oil, and the current landscape of the online market, much like retail, is heavily dominated by big name brands that only make the situation worse. I'm asking for Face2Face to curate a more sustainable alternative for your online customers. The online market for reselling used goods has grown insanely fast over the past 2 years and is expected to have 5 times growth in the next 5 years, according to the ThreadUp market report. Since launching last year, I've collected a following of over 3,000 across all of my platforms and completed over 250 sales. As well, recently, Vintage has been filling a massive void for stuck-at-home value seekers. No brand right now is preventing their clothes from ending up in a landfill after purchase. Would you like to be the first? That's it.
Well done, Maxwell.
Great job.
Comments for Max?
I am surprised. Maxwell is always shy, and this time he's really shy. It's like, oh, the rock
Sorry,
star.
I was nervous. I was just trying to like actually like make sentences. Like it was always in my head, and I had to like make it.
Great job.
No, Max, the one thing is that, you know, we were only given X amount of time to actually write that down. So I think what you came up with is actually really good. I just think you got to piece it together a bit more. But one thing that I absolutely loved is that how you mentioned those like 3,000 loyal customers and how you've had over 250 sales. It shows me that the company is actually scalable. which is one thing that I really loved.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good representation of your traction, which is good, Max. You definitely want to see that. Awesome, great work, man.
I loved the end.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great ask. Awesome. All right. That's all. Everybody's had a chance to go, right? Yep. Okay. Excellent. So thank you for joining us for Pitch Day. We're just going to chat really quickly. Excuse me. We're just going to chat really quickly about what we'd like you to now do with these pitches. So that you can get yourself ready. So the first thing, actually I'll turn this over to Dave, because the first thing is that this is a deliverable for the week.
Yeah, so you have, between now and the end of the week, keep practicing, keep, scribbling down and reformatting this. And Kelsey and I would love to see a version of this written out that you can submit to us. It'd be great if you could do a written version and a video, but totally understandable if you haven't practiced it, you don't want to submit the video right now. But both are great, but definitely the written one so that we can actually take a look at it and maybe help with a bit of editing and give you some more feedback that, when we can see it in that context. If anyone has questions about that as you're creating yours and you're looking for a bit of feedback, you know how to get in touch with us there. The next stage of this is, as we go through the remainder of the program, we're almost at the halfway point. So that demo day video that we're going to need, we're going to need it before the last day, because we will have to compile all the videos together. Now, as I said, I want to set some time with you guys individually. If you want to talk about how you want to film it, how you might want to create it, any creative sides of it, you can either do it like this on Zoom, or you can get really off the wall with it. The bonus of this not being, a standard graduation ceremony is, the platform is whatever you want it to be. You can go outside and be in nature and do it. So it's totally up to you how you want to film it, how creative you want to get. So if anyone has questions or thoughts around that, I'd love to help out. I know, Charlene, you mentioned you've got video experience. So, I definitely, maybe Charlene might have some answers to questions if you want to film something interesting. I can definitely help out with some stuff too. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But we need the videos probably, I would say, want to get a polished version of them in at least minimum by the Monday prior. So at least a week ahead. Sorry, so we're doing it on a Thursday. So I'd love it a week ahead of time. So the Thursday prior. So the end of week 6. So we can start compiling it and things like that. So any questions?
August 14th, guys. So
Yeah.
you need to have a 3-minute video pitching your business, whatever format you would like to do, keeping in mind those key questions we talked about this morning. You can use this Pitcherific software. You can use your cell phone. You can make a slideshow. You can have your dog do the pitch for you, whatever it is. But we need a polished, sent to us in a video file format, 3-minute video from you on August 14th.
Do you also want the written out version as well?
That's more of a thing that we would like to help you with it along the way. But yeah, I mean, that'll help us, I guess, if we're, how are we going to do that? We'll do the we'll do the transcription through the YouTube. So yes, that would actually be helpful.
Okay, because I was just gonna zip a file and put everything in one and then just send it over if that's okay.
That would be a delight.
Awesome.
I have a question about Pitcherific, this app. Do we get it for more than 7 days?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
We've run out of money, so originally, yes, we were gonna have accounts for you all, but at the moment, no. But you can just sign up with a different email account.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Just you can actually save the pitch as a PDF or a PowerPoint. So I'm just gonna make them and then save them all as PDFs, so then they can't lock you out of the website with your pitches. So
that's really smart.
That's probably a good idea, and maybe a good idea because you have 7 days now to kind of look through those how-to videos and stuff. The real great thing about Pitcherific is that you can practice in front of a person. which a bunch of you didn't like anyways. So yeah, take a look at these templates. And there's tons of free templates online. If this doesn't work for you, I mean, we spent a lot of time yesterday talking about storytelling and the importance of it and why we do it. And so if your pitch is just a story, that's great. If your pitch has slides and it's you talking over it, that's great. If it's a polished video of you running and your client testimonials, that's great. It can be really anything, but keep in mind what you want to tell us and who's going to be attending. So, yeah.
There is there is other teleprompting kind of apps out there that you can find too. So if you don't like Pitcherific, but you just want to use the teleprompter so that you can, you know, look at the camera and look at the screen and have your script come up. There's other stuff. There's an app called Big View. I can give you guys I'll put it in the chat here, but that one's a paid app, but there are other free ones out there. But that one's really good if you do a lot of vlogging and things like that, where you want to use a teleprompter. There's lots of examples out there.
All right. Any questions, comments, concerns for today?
I'm okay.
Good.
Awesome. Tomorrow we're talking about content marketing and social media.